Today we're back, but not with exactly the games we expected. Everton game's been moved for a league game? No, it's not. It's an FA Cup game. We're taking on Leeds in the FA Cup. Then we're taking on Valencia. We have a new signing possibly coming in that we need to talk about as well. This is Average Gamer. My name is Duncan. Welcome back to the Journeyman. So hi, welcome everyone. Last time we were here, I think we beat Norwich 5-0 in the Cup. And since then we've went on a nice little run. We beat Brentford 3-2 with a hat-trick from a returning Villegas. We then beat Chelsea 1-0 with a Warren Jones goal. We'll speak to him in a little minute. And then we beat Ujpest 4-0 in the Europa League with Villegas with a goal, Bukayo Saka with a goal, and Warren Jones with a double. Today we take on Leeds, then Valencia, and yeah, that's what we're doing. But let's talk about Warren Jones, the man we signed that we thought would be our main. Sorry, buddy. We thought would be our main striker. Has really come on into his own, to be perfectly honest. He scored 16 goals in 30 appearances. That's just better than 1 and 2. Only has 3 assists overall in all competitions, but you know, he's actually fit in really well. We've been playing him as an advanced forward. It's not utilising him maybe as much as a complete forward would. But he wasn't playing overtly well as that complete forward, but he has come in. He has been scoring goals, and honestly, he is looking less like the failure that we feared he might. Leo Lassure as well is doing not quite as good, but almost. He's scored 13 goals in 29 appearances, however, he has 7 assists. I think he's a perfect replacement for Saka on the right-hand side. Let's talk about Saka. We entered into contract talks with him finally, as there's only 6 months left on his deal. He is currently on £625,000 a week. He wanted to be a star player. I wanted him to be a squad player. We met in the middle and said important player. Leads more to him than it does me. Instead of £625,000 a week, I would like him to take a wage cut. He wanted £825,000 a week. So 34-year-old Bukayo Saka, who has never left the club, will be leaving in the summer on a free transfer. Let's talk about transfers. John Calland has agreed to join us. He is joining us on the 10th of June. He is a 17-year-old striker from Rosenborg. I think he can't leave because age, maybe? I'm not sure. We didn't ask to sign him in the summer. We wanted to sign him now. But as you can see, he's got pretty decent stats to begin with and has the scope to develop. The only downside is his determination is only 13, but hopefully we can still develop him. He's got fantastic pace and acceleration. It's 16 acceleration, 14 pace. But what I loved was 16 finishing and 16 composure, which, let's be honest, is phenomenal. Has a bit of his game needs to work on, absolutely, but he is 17 years old, so he'll be 18 when he joins us. We'll probably put him out on loan. And the other player, we are just waiting for a work permit. We are signing Guilherme for £20.5 or £21 million on £180,000 a week. He is a Brazilian 26-year-old defensive midfielder. We will not be playing him as a segundo volante. We'll probably play him as an anchor because the man is solid, or a defensive midfielder on defend or support. He looks solid. I think he's going to fit in perfectly for us. Realistically, he'll replace Marin, who is just constantly injured for us since we signed him in the summer of 2035. He has been out for 7 days with a bruised thigh, 3 weeks with a pulled calf muscle, 2 weeks with a pulled calf muscle, and now he's going about for 3 months with a broken ankle. That's a lot of money we spent on him. We're probably not going to get him to his full potential now. He's a star player I meant to be. He'll be dropping down that. Whether he accepts or not is a completely different matter. His work permit, I believe, is on the 28th, so it'll be after today's game. And this is our lineup, and it's an unchanged starting 11 from the previous game that we beat Ujpest with. Tommy will come in goals because he's a cup goalkeeper, with Gomez, Laskowski. In fact, I will make a change here. So I'm going to bring on Badji and Van Langen. So Gomez, Badji, Van Langen, Van Dessel. Galker will play with a change for Escalante. I know I've just said something she said as I then change it as I go through. Attacking mids, I'm going to bring on Williams, give Lasura a little rest. So it'll be Williams, Villegas, and Servin with Warren Jones not leading the line because I'm going to bring on Maldonado. I didn't expect to make any changes, and then the minute I spoke about the team, we did. Villegas will be the captain for today's game. Let's see how we get on. So it's been quite a quiet window for us, really. We've moved on Brits, which is awesome. We actually agreed the deal for him to leave, and then he broke his ankle, but the transfer still went through. So that was fine. Kind of feel bad for the club that took him. Did I even show you that sell? So I don't think I did, now that I think about it. We sold him to, I want to get it right, Al De Hill for 10.75 million. He's out with a broken ankle. Yeah, he's doing well. He's earning okay money. Probably not as good as he could have made in Qatar, but whatever. He's away, and that's their only sell of the window. Fabio Pizzi, 21-year-old goalkeeper's away on loan, and our midfielder that I signed, actually, that youngster, the 18-year-old from Bodo Glimt, he is away on loan at Bodo Glimt till the end of the season, which is their end of season, which I didn't know about before. I forgot to check. So he actually won't be with us at all until January next year. But yeah, he'll do well there. Probably going to get a fair bit of game time, you've got to imagine. And we'll see how he develops as we try and make a younger Arsenal for the long term. But let's get into today's game. I don't really care about the pre-match press conference thing. So we're in a good battle run, 1 draw and 4 wins in our last 5. Let's see if we can make it 5 out of 5 wins on the bounce. I doubt it, but we will see. We always have a kind of fuck up when we try and do a game on video that is an easy win. Wrexham are still in this. Wow, I didn't notice that. Wait, no, this isn't Europe, Duncan. Sorry, I had a complete mind fart. It's one of those days. Talk about day. He's about to hit the corner for Leeds, and he's a player that we actually looked at signing in this summer. But how much the club wanted for him was more than I was willing to pay. Truth be told. I'm hoping when the Glerman deal comes through, that is us with a lot more of a solid midfield. We probably will look to bring in another Conor Gallagher-like player, unless there's a youngster coming through that's out on loan. There's 1 or 2 I need to check on. But probably won't be renewing Conor's deal. It's not that he's been a bad player. He's actually been pretty solid for us and never really let us down. But you know, I think quality-wise, he is going to... I mean, he's old enough. His physical attributes aren't going great. We could really do with somebody in there who's just even a couple years younger, but, you know, also on the wages on, we can definitely do better. There is one player we're looking at in a pre-contract, although we can't offer a pre-contract because he is in England. But he'd be coming in, if he does come in the summer, on a year deal, maybe a 2-year deal, as essentially the Badgie type role of a backup centre-half. He's English, he's 33 years old, his name is Jared Branthwaite. But I can't offer him a new deal, offer him a contract, until May, I think. So we'll need to wait and see if he actually leaves Everton or not. And if he does leave Everton, if it's going to be in a pre-contract to us. I think I've got the cold coming on, so if you hear me sniffling, I do apologise. Good tackle by Gomez, Maldonado, Williams. Ina's still away at the African Cup of Nations, so we don't have him back yet. Hoping to have him back soon, though. Oh, Villegas with a great solo goal. That's his 10th of the season. Missing him for the spell that we did really did hurt us. He's such a good player. Such a good player. One that, realistically, I'd say is now one of our key players. One that we won't be looking to move on in the summer. Unless we get a ridiculous bid. But it's now 1-0 against this Leeds side. And this, you've got to hope, will be a comfortable victory for us. Williams hasn't really impressed me much this season. After really wanting him to stay, it's not really done much. And I'm kind of... wondering if it'd be worthwhile maybe try to move him on. But it's whether we'd get another homegrown player to replace him, because we do have a couple of exciting-ish young wingers, but they're not ready yet to make that step up into the first team squad permanently. So that's one, again, we'll probably need to decide on. That's more of a summer issue though, so it's not one I'm too worried about just now. Probably going to look to try and cash in on Van Dessel in the summer. But again, that's probably easier said than done. Van Dessel did come to me complaining about how much game time he was getting, so he did promise to give him the game time he wanted after trying to get him to agree to be a squad player, which he wouldn't do. So there is that that's kind of hanging over me at the moment. Selling with a great ball in, Maldonado with a good header. It's only his second goal of the season. I've expected a lot more from him than he's produced. Will I say he's been a failure? Not yet, but 2 goals in 21 games, including the one he's just scored making today's game, is horrific. So, but he's one that probably could make quite a good profit on quite quickly. We only signed him for 14 million. I would expect at least double that in the summer. So we'll maybe look to move him on. But again, we need to wait and see. We do have our young South Korean striker that we signed who's out on loan, who's doing very well. We also have our young English striker who's out on loan, who's also doing very well. Both of them we want to check their developments. I wouldn't be against bringing one of them in if they're almost ready to be that kind of second/third choice striker. If we move Lusur to the right wing come the summer, though, we will need another striker in there. So Maldonado might get more of a chance. But as things currently stand, probably not. Probably not. Who scored the second goal? We scored 2. Oh, Maldonado. That's why we're talking about him, Duncan. Jesus. Oh dear. I'm delighted that Jones has started really performing for us though. That was the signing that made me the most paranoid because it was the riskiest, I guess. But yeah, he's coming into his own now and looking well worth the money. One of the players who's maybe not the best player in the league, he's definitely not the best striker even at the club, but what he does have is the attributes that we can work towards and utilise the best. We can really get the most out of him. Kind of like we did with Skamaka and Moise Keane. At Leon, I think we can do the exact same here for Warren Jones. Gallagher's having a poor game after saying he never lets us down. Oh. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm definitely coming down with the cold. We're going to bring on Malkov for Gallagher. We'll just switch you around as a deep line playmaker on defend. So it's a 3 playmakers on a side, which isn't something I'm usually happy-ish doing, but we'll go for it. Villegas is looking shot, so we're going to actually bring on Aguirre as an as an attacking midfielder on attack. And let's bring on Saka for Williams, since Williams is on a booking. 2 more changes we can make with 30 minutes still to play. 7 gets it to Maldonado, has a shot from distance, goes well wide, and the Leeds goalkeeper is called Tickle, which I find quite amusing. Just watching a random highlight that is worrying me because it means that they might get a chance, but they won't because 7's intercepted, gets it to Aguirre, tries to put it away to Saka and just doesn't. But it's been won by Badji. Maldonado gets it through to Saka. Can he get the goal? He's only scored 5 goals this season. Another player who's drastically just underperformed is still in play. Escalante gets a shot, but it goes wide for a corner. Yeah, Saka's just underperformed this season for me. 5 goals, not sure how many assists, we'll check that. But yeah, I think his time is up at the club. He's 34. His thing is, he's still a really good player, but probably better being the main man in a smaller side now than probably how we're utilising him. Malkov has a shot, but it just ricochets off defender. Now they're breaking against us. Can we keep it out? Badgie intercepts that quite well. 65 minutes on the clock. Gomez is probably going to come off. Probably on McClellan, just give him a little bit of a rest. And we probably bring on Lesueur to give Servin a rest because Derry's not fit yet. Servin has a shot, goes wide. Yeah, let's make those changes just now. Try to keep the players as fresh as we can because we are running with a very small squad due to injuries at the moment. As you can tell by the fact that our benches are only fit first team players that aren't starting today. So we really are kind of struggling bodies wise. In the game against Ujpest, we actually gave two youngsters their debuts. We brought them both on as subs. One was a right back who did okay. The other was a right winger who did okay. Didn't really do much in their time on the park, but didn't let us down either, which is fine. I don't want to have us as a team that's scared to just bring in youth for like the odd appearance, even if they're not like fully amazing or maybe not necessarily going to make it with us. Like, we shouldn't be scared to just bring them on if we need to in certain games. That's kind of where I'm at. Because if we really want to start developing players, we need to be bringing more through it. And fair enough, I've only been here now, one season fully, or 1 year, since we came in January last year. We've not really had much of a chance, but we have took like Servin and Einan, really made them focal points of the team. We need to be doing that a little bit more, I feel. But Van Dessel wins the ball, gets it to Escalante, who has requested to come off the transfer list, which I accepted. He's actually filled in as that second choice defensive mid really well. You know, it's not his natural position. Lesueur hits a crossbar from a chance from Aguirre there. So yeah, Escalante's really come in and kind of, proved himself in that squad in a position that isn't naturally his. But he's come in and, with attributes he's got, has done really well. Which is something which is kind of key for us over the course of a season. I do like players that can kind of play or fit in one or two positions for us. Seen here that the game's kind of dead. Like, there's nothing else really happening. Yeah, we're still kind of trying to score, but we're not really creating much now. As Maldonado heads it right off the crossbar. I think Leeds know their day's up, and for us it's just try to get through to the end of the game, I think. That's what it feels like anyway. Wrexham just equalised against Everton, which is interesting. McClelland to Malkov. Escalante. Aguirre gets to Maldonado, who just can't get the ball back out to Lesueur. 88 minutes on the clock. Hoping there's not many added on, because there's no real need for it. Aguirre's intercepted though, and then loses it immediately. Aguirre's a player we're still going to probably try and move on in the summer, bringing in actual number 10 as backup. And Lesueur heads at home. It's an assist for Saka, but it's Lesueur's 14th goal of the season. Good header, and it really does make sure that we are going through the next round of the FA Cup. We're halfway through the added on minutes. I can't see Leeds scoring 3 in a minute and a half, funnily enough. Oh, we also rejected this window a bid for Tommy. I don't know if I mentioned that previously. We've had a couple of bids for him, but I generally have no intention of moving him on. It was Wolves that came in both times, I think, actually, now that I think about it. But no, he's a very, very solid second choice goalkeeper for us. I'm actually kind of happy to just have him around now, especially after having Brits. We thought that if Brits was upgrade on Tommy, he's not, or wasn't. But yeah, the squad's been held together. We've just moved on to one player we really wanted to move on, and we're bringing in another starting player for us, which is exactly what we like to see. I think we've actually got our best kind of value for money out of Brazil so far. You look at Lucas Gomez, and if Guilherme comes in as well, I think he'll fit in that mould. I wonder if it's a market we should look at more, especially with the release clauses. We seem to be able to take advantage of that pretty well. That's again something maybe to consider for the summer, and not something to worry about right now. Join me in a couple of minutes as we take on Valencia in our final league game in the Europa League. And we are back for today's game. Guilherme is here, and he's beautiful. His finishing is awful, hence why he's never going to be a Segundo Volante for us. But everything else about his game is great. I love him. I love him already. But he's not starting today's game because he's literally just signed. Pinheiro will be back in goals with Gomez, Lascauci, Estrada and Van Dessel making up the back four. Galker and Malkov as our two defence mids with Lesueur, Villegas and Servant as our attacking mids. Jones up front. Every fit first team player is on the bench. Derry is not fit, so we've got Sej Dini, who made his debut in the last European game. He makes the bench. 16-year-old Kosovoan. And 16-year-old English right back Tyrek Parkin, who made his debut in the last European game, is on the bench. Let's get to it. It is also transfer deadline day. We're not expecting to we're not going to bid for anybody. Our business is done, and we're no intention of selling anybody. So, yeah, our business is done. You've seen our business for the summer, for the winter. We are done. It's now just that countdown and running for the end of the season. I have a feeling that we've already qualified, but I don't actually know. I forgot to check. Same way that I forgot to check Saka's record for the season in terms of goals and assists. He has, in 30 appearances, scored 5 goals and 6 assists. So it's 11 goal contributions in 30 games. So every 3 games he scores a goal or gets an assist. I don't know how I feel about that. Galko with the corner. Comfortably collected by the Valencia goalkeeper. Saka is actually in talks with Real Madrid on a pre-contract. Good move for him. But I just refusing to pay his wages for a 34-year-old. I'm stubborn. I'm sure it'll go down like a lead balloon, the same way that it was when I sold Martinelli. But, you know, these things happen. Galka plays the ball over the top there to Gomez, who's got it out wide. Can he get it to Lesueur? He can't, but he fires in for Jones, who heads it well over the bar. Galker again with the corner. 5 minutes in. It seems to be all us, and I'm loving it. What I'm not loving is the fact we don't seem to be getting many good chances away. Estrada gets it to Gomez. Cuts it back for Villegas, and he slots it home. It's his 11th goal of the season. Gives us the lead at home against Valencia. And right now, all things are looking good. Truth be told. Can we, though, get on a couple of goals and just make this a very good day for the fans? Lesueur's intercepted that pass, gets it out to Jones, plays it wide to Servin. Can he deliver a good ball? And he does. Lesueur has 2 bites at it. First time off the woodwork. Second, looks like it probably comes off the goalkeeper, but it goes in. Lesueur's 15th goal of the season. Let's watch it again. Servin takes the ball very wide, very close to byline, hits the header. Hits the header, comes off the post, comes back, volleys it off the goalkeeper's arse. It's 2-0. And the keeper has a very sore buttocks. I mean, his finishing might not be the greatest, but if he scores every goal off the goalkeeper's arse, I'll be a happy man. Oh, they've got a corner. Which we don't clear. It's ricocheting in the box, but we do eventually get it kicked out there. Just having a quick look at the other scores. Nothing immediately appeared as shocking that I managed to see. Lesueur going to deliver this corner. Head it over once again. Let's have a quick look. Oh, never mind. Galk wins the header. Doesn't fall to any of our players though. Right, can Gomez stop the cross coming in? No, he can't. Gets the back post. Goalkeeper is nowhere fucking near it. Huskovic gets one back for Valencia. That is poor goalkeeping from Pinheiro there. Let's just hope he doesn't do that again. As things stand, Celtic will be top in the league group stage of this. Norris Lander beating Hearts. Everton are drawn 0-0. I've never seen how that cup game actually went for them. Right, Van Dessel, what's he doing? Guess it to serving. Can he deliver another good ball in? He can. Lasso the head. Straight to the goalkeeper this time, though. Okay, we're going in leading at half time. But, you know, an error from the goalkeeper has brought them back into the game, which isn't ideal. So we need to hope. Yes, let's go. That is unacceptable. Ideally now we'll get a third goal just to give us that extra bit of a cushion again. But honestly, as long as we get the win, I'm not too bothered. Laskowski is still on the ball. Malkov plays it forward to Jones. We're going to be bringing on Guilherme at some point for his debut. Strada's having a really bad game, so is Laskowski. Which isn't great. Gallagher. Gomez. Laskowski. Plays the long ball. Tries to play the ball forward to Villegas. He does. Poor pass from Gallagher. Gets the ball back though. Gets it to Villegas. Plays it through for Lesueur. Cuts it back for Servin. It's fell to Van Dessel. Cuts it back across. Lesueur heads it back across. Goal! That should not have went in. But by Christ, I am not bothered that it has. What an angle. But that is poor goalkeeping from their goalkeeper, I think. Look at this header. He's what? On the side of the 6-yard box, and he managed to head in opposite corner. I'm not even convinced that he meant that, but I ain't going to be the one to take it off. And let's take off both our centre halves because they are playing horrifically bad. Let's bring on Guilherme. We'll also play him. I think today we'll play him as an anchorman just to give us that defensive base. Got to hope for the best here. Ignore the coughing in the background, please. Thank you very much. Guilherme, Malkov plays over the top to Servin, who can't get the ball in. Still 35 minutes of the game left. Kind of terrified I've had to bring on Badgie to play against Valencia, but it is what it is just now. Jones gets it out to Gomez. Fires it back in. Villegas is never winning that header, but the ball's fallen to Servin. Cuts it back from Malkov. A defensive mid who's playing very far forward. Jones somehow heads the ball higher than the cross was. Impressive. Impressive. Still got us chasing the ball, trying to win it back. That's a really, really easy ball over the top. Surely to God that was offside, no? Who the hell played him on? That's a worry. And it's 3-2. They've scored from the corner. Poor defending for us again. We've been caught sleeping to give away the corner. And then we don't pick up the man who's heads the ball home for the goal. Our goalkeeper's having a bad game. Half an hour left. 2 changes I can still make. And other than doing something crazy like subbing off the goalkeeper, there's not really much to do. I'm not a fan of subbing off the goalkeeper. Excuse me, subbing off the goalkeeper. But I'm kind of considering it. Yeah, I've kind of talked myself into it. I'm bringing on Tommy. I'm just not happy with Pinheiro today at all. Badgie's playing well. Van Langen's playing bad since he came on. It's a short free kick for Gomez, whose shot goes out for a corner. Just can't seem to do much. Cannot seem to be doing much just now. They've hit the free kick in. It goes to the back post. Initial header is won by odds, but still falls to Valencia. And yeah, that's good. Good pressing. Forces the ball all the way back to their goalkeeper. Feels like today's result is on which goalkeeper is the least worst. Jones has picked up a very loose pass, but it's not in a great place. Villegas plays it out wide to Servan. He's got all the space to run into. Can he cross a good ball in? Plays it does. Great ball across for Villegas. Calls for offside, which I'm hoping isn't the case. If it stands, I believe that's Villegas' 12th goal of the season. And it has stood. Good ball from Villegas here. Just watch him. Making that run into the box. Doesn't give up. Still running. Still going. Gets himself in front of our striker. And slots it home. Makes it Arsenal 4, Valencia 2. The scoreline shows a result a lot less comfortable than it feels. Sorry, a lot more comfortable than it feels. 10 minutes of the game left. We're playing Luton in like 2 days' time, so I'd need everyone to leave this fit and easy to be rested. I'm going to bring on Harrison Williams as our final sub. Restless Sur. He's on a double, but I just don't want him picking up an injury. 5 minutes added time. Malkov gets the ball clear after a header from Guilherme. Dijkstra to Christian. We're still pressing. Try to just win the ball back. Oh my god, he's had a shot from distance and Tommy just gets a touch to it, put it onto the bar. Some goal that'd have been if that went in. Guilherme with a solid header out, but nobody's out to win the second ball. The ball's coming back in. It's offside. And that should be the final action of the game. And it is. We go through to the next round of Europe while missing a playoff round, which is awesome. It means there's 2 games that we don't need to play, which is going to help us just try and save a little bit of energy in the legs of some of our players. Let's have a look and see who is joining us in the next round. Everton at top of the table on 22 points. AC Milan joint top with 22 points. Celtic, ourselves, Leipzig, Freiburg, Espanyol and Sporting Lisbon are the teams who make it automatically through it, skipping around. In the playoff round, we have a Romanian team who I don't want to try and butcher their name. We then have Lens, Midtjylland, Utrecht, Sparta Prague, Copenhagen, Osijek, Hibernian, Atalanta, Ajax, Partizan Belgrade, Shakhtar Donetsk, Brøndby, Banik Ostrava, Nordisland and Nice. Any kind of upsets in the teams go now? Braga, maybe. Real Hispalis is Real Betis? Real Betis are out, and Valencia. They're kind of probably the 2 bigger surprises there. Braga maybe. But yeah. Well, that's good. So one of us 8 will take on one of the 8 that make it through this knockout round. That's interesting. That is very interesting indeed. We are taking on Luton in 3 days' time. 2 days in between. That's not ideal. I don't care. I don't care. Let me just have a quick look at that. Let's have a look at the fixtures and see if we'll come back tomorrow. So we're playing Luton, then Burnley, Newcastle, Bournemouth, then one of Stockport County and Salford City. That Everton game's been moved again. For tomorrow, let's come back. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Let's come back for the North London Derby and Everton. Yeah, that's a win. Let's end the week with Tottenham and Everton. If you've enjoyed today's video, please leave a thumbs up. It greatly helps out the channel. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.